Hey y'all, it's me, Lynn Daniel, coming to you today from the Buddy Zone. Okay, how you all are doing? How are you doing? It's early. I've been up for about an hour, and I am in the state of establishing deliberate practice. This is big idea number 6 from one of my mentor box book lessons. So good that they can't ignore you by Cal Newport is the book. So I'm looking down at we get a little notebook to go. And I was viewing the video. Well, the video is a little longer than an hour. And it took me like 2 days to get through that video because I would chunk it. And so this morning I was finishing up the video and Cal was talking about deliberate practice. And in that deliberate practice, he really hit home the idea that it's important for any of us who are trying to improve in an area or trying to finish something. We need to establish some routines and rituals. He likes the word rituals around this practice that we are establishing. Because when we deliberately carve out time, exert energy, and focus on this practice, and it's mindful, it's something that we purpose to do, we intend to do it, and we put the energy behind the intention, then more than likely you're going to get it accomplished, you're going to get it done. So deliberate practice is the way in which you acquire new skills as quickly as possible. I'm just going to share this and then I'm going to start. And let me see, I need to he has 5 things you must do in order to establish deliberate practice. Let's see, here we go. Have a specific goal in mind. What am I going to get better at? So right now I'm trying to I am getting finished with this chapter 3. And I am purposing to do a good job on it. Number 2, have a specific time allotted for this practice. So my chair recommend that I do 15 to 20 minutes a day. And you know what? You can get a lot done in 20 minutes a day with intention. So if you have the time carved out, you have a schedule, or you have steps or something deliberate that you're going to attack during that time, in that 20 minutes, it'll get done. Number 3 on here says eliminate distractions. So get rid of those. Stop calling me, okay? Eliminate distractions like that phone, or social media, or anything that distracts you. Stretch yourself. Your practice session should be difficult but not impossible, and you must receive immediate feedback on your work. So I'm just sharing that with you all because you know what? I'm enjoying MentorBox. Again, let me specify. I am not sponsored by them. I am not getting any kind of kickbacks or any discounts or anything like that. Most of the people who watch this channel, you are teachers, educators, or aspiring educators, and we are lifelong learners because that's what we do. Most professionals are lifelong learners because your profession requires you to stay up to date and current. And so if I am finding it valuable. And initially I had no clue, but I am finding it as a valuable investment. So that's why I'm sharing it with you. Okay, so let me pull up my document. And I will just share this with you because I am revising chapter 3. I'm totally revamping it. That means I have to go back and make the changes in my abstract, which I did. I may still need to go back and closely look at that. I need to go back and and back into chapter 1 and look at my research questions and change those because those have been modified. I need to look at the rationale for my methodology, and I think those are the only 2 parts in chapter 1 that I need to redo. Okay, so the rest of this video is going to be quiet. And one of the, let me see if I can find the screen that I should be on so I can tell who's joining us and all this stuff, all the stats. Let me see if this is the right screen. Yeah, it is. I think. Three minutes in. Okay, this is the right screen. All right, here we go. I'm a little thirsty this morning. All right, here we go. Let me. Change this one. Oh, wait, I just erased the wrong thing. Okay, what is this? Okay, let me turn my phone off. Oh, good night. Wait, how tight. How off. Okay. I have just eliminated a distraction of my telephone. Okay, so I'm starting to feel like this dissertation is like a puzzle, that it's a huge puzzle that you start piecing together, and then it starts to make more sense when you look at the big picture, because it's telling a story. It should. I mean, that's how I'm looking at it, to help me manage my levels of consistency and dedication, I guess. Okay, here we go. Chapter 3. Here we go. Okay, so see, I probably don't even need this part right here. I don't know. I do need an introduction. I feel like my introduction is too long. Methodology. Okay, introduction. And then I can say blah, 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 blah. Capacity levels. Excuse me for coughing in your ear. I got that question backwards. Oh, it's not backwards. I left that. Emperor. Mm-hmm. Mm, okay, we'll leave that there. I still feel like this has been 4 weeks ago. Today is 1/4, and these notes here are dated 12/4. And you know what? 4 weeks in this lifetime of of writing a dissertation, 4 weeks is a heck of a long time. I mean, if I was just closed up in a room, just me and this thing in 4 weeks, this could have just been knocked out. But you know, you have life going on. Okay. The use of interventions. That's a word I need to make sure I'm using. So, someone had, one of my uh, viewers had mentioned um, that she she sets out to read, her textbooks. She called them school books. So I'm assuming that she means the textbooks for her program of study. She sets out to read them every year, but she doesn't read them. Okay. So at this level, at the graduate level, that's not going to fly. It may have, I mean, undergrad, you're really chancing it, but graduate level, I think like to differentiate yourself, like in this book, So Good They Can't Ignore You, it talks about what you have to do to make yourself stand out and to gain career capital for your life, for your career, and for yourself. And the way you do that is through increased skill ability. You've got to be so good at something that you're the go-to person. You can't be ignored. You know, personality won't even. You know how oftentimes personality differences kind of interrupt relationships, professional relationships, but this is saying if you have made yourself, you have distinguished yourself as the best in that category, then folks ain't gonna worry about their differences with you. They'll come to you because they know you are the go-to person. You are so skilled in that area that you're the person to rely on for knowledge. So, all right. So my friend who sets out to read her books but never does, you got to. You have got to establish a routine or ritual. That's why I make these videos. This is for me to at least get the wheels rolling, because since I'm on vacation, I'm going to be working on this document on and off all day. But I get up in the morning, I get ready for the day, and then I get in this office and I start. So you have to establish routines, rituals. You have to have landmarks, and that's why I told you all about my data wall. These landmarks, they are there for you to shift your brain into understanding like the full capacity of your studies or whatever it is you're doing. So if you're not reading your textbook, you're really shortchanging your career. You're gonna only learn a little bit. You're not going to be able to hone it the best that you can. And that's why it may come down to you hiring a mentor or joining a study group or pairing up with someone who is so disciplined that you have to be accountable to them for your reading. You've got to take the steps to do it. So that was on my mind because that's a part of actually, my dissertation is about motivation and skill ability. And so anything that like reinforces that for me, or maybe even questions it or goes against what I'm writing about, I look at it and I notice it, and because it has relevance to what I'm doing right now. So okay, so that's what I say to you. You got to do it. So I'm calling them strategies, but I should be calling them interventions. Strategies are interventions. Common vocabulary. Mm. I wish I knew how to just like highlight a word and go through the entire text to find that word so I can change it. That's not the question. Um, I was so busy working on this and just being so focused. I left the load of laundry in the washer for, let's see, today is Thursday, so I think I washed them Monday, and I opened the little laundry door and I'm like, what is that smell? I'm sorry, I left the load in there since Monday. Guys, you can imagine it's not a good smell. Why am I telling you all that on a live? Okay, keep going. Mm, okay. Oh, oh. Maybe I don't know if I need that in there, but I'm going to put this right here. And then if I can edit that out, they'll tell me to edit it out. Okay. Um, so what I did today, so I'm kind of moving things around and I'm going back and changing words. I have to have common vocabulary, common terms. And so I needed to go back and make sure I was having common terms throughout. So, I mean, I did that, but obviously I didn't do it all the way. So I combed back through. I feel like I still need to comb back through again and make sure that where I'm using the word intervention or strategy, I need to pick which one and use that one throughout. And then there were some other terms that I think I got them all. I hope I did. If not, I'll just comb through it one more time. I reposition some paragraphs. I have some information in here that I think is not necessary, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to leave it and then I'll wait for direction on how to deal with that. Um, let's see, what else am I doing? I still need to do, uh, oh, let me take that out. That should not be there. I still need to Okay, I need to elaborate on this. I think maybe I put that information in the wrong place, but I can move it. And then that's for the quantitative phase of the study. I think I put it in the research design or treatment. I did. Okay, so I can move it. I will just move it right now. Here we go. Blum, 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 blum. Do, 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 do. Okay, right to here. I'll just cut it and move it. Okay, let's see. And then quantitative. Okay, you all. So I think, how long have I been on here? I have been on for about 29 minutes. Yeah, and so really, hmm, okay. Yeah, I think excuse me. That's step 2, isn't it? Maybe I'll just. I don't know where that, but if that's my statement of problem. Uh, I don't know what the heck that says. What time of day did I write that? Take that out. Good friggin' night, Lynn. Let me go back and make sure. Good night. You find some of the craziest. Revise, people look over your work. I wrote that sentence. Good night. What was I thinking? I can take all of this out right here because that doesn't make sense. It's too wordy and it's stupid. Okay, sorry for calling it stupid, but it just, I don't know how the heck. I guess, and that's another reason why it's so good to look at your work so many times and through so many different lenses. Um, these are all things that I wish I had learned earlier, like in high school or but when you're young, you're just socially focused. At least a lot of people are socially focused and just not even because school is being forced upon you. And then as you go beyond high school, well, even undergrad is in many cases an expectation and is forced upon you. So oftentimes in undergrad, some students just kind of flounder, especially that first year. Um, but when you're going beyond undergrad, you're going into graduate, you've got to establish some very strong, organized methodologies and approaches for your studies because I can remember when I was in undergrad, one of the instructors said that undergrad is just a placeholder for society. It keeps people out of the workforce until some of them go out of the workforce through attrition, retirement or whatever. And he was trying to help us to see it as you're just another cog in the wheel and all of that. Okay, so that you could look at it that way, but then I think if you look at it from that approach, you're not going to want to be your personal best. I think as a woman, as a minority race group person, as a gender minority, a woman, and as an age minority, over 30, over 35, over 100, you've got to distinguish yourself as strong in something. So you've got to have your niche, because other folks will want to bump you out of the game because they feel you don't deserve to be there. And so do your best, folks. All right, do your best. I'm out. Thanks for joining me. Hope you gained something. Be blessed. Bye.